I decided to give it about a rest and then try again. So hopefully this works. Hopefully. Okay, so far so good. Of course, I'll have to share this with those who I shared it with previously.
Fastball for a strike.
But we were but we had just started the game, so we pick it up right where we left off. But really, you didn't really miss much in terms of the innings and whatnot. All right, one down.
Here's the lineup for the Reds. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years.
Hi, Patty. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the chat's on the left instead of the right, so I got to remember that. Hi, Patty.
Intelligent the way that they use their team, and I think it creates a little bit of
I guess I needed to take or give the game a break. Great to see Hydro Tommy Blaze. It's been a while since I've seen you, but it's good to see you.
Black, the lefty who lights up the radar gun. Only
all right, let me get my pop out chat.
And she's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas.
Oh, nice hit, but hit right towards first. Another out. It looks like it's going great. All right, so I just need to share this with those who.
Next is the speedy first baseman. He's got some power, no doubt.
There we go. But let me share this with those who, including Dakota. Popped up. Hey, awesome, Jess and Aaron. Great to see you.
Reds go down quietly, scoreless after one.
And I believe I saw awesome Jess as well. All right.
Game one of this wild card series. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Marcell Ozuna. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game...
You're watching the Among TV series? That's awesome.
Green, back to work.
Well, then again, I've never watched it, so I can't really judge it.
So reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms.
Okay, there we go.
Take out of the lineup, and I think it's
I believe that's all the people I need to get. Let me catch up on the chat. Oh, Among Us, yeah. How is that show? I've never watched it, so you might have to tell me more about it. But also, hello to Awesome Jess. I'm not sure if Jess is a fan of any team sports, but if you are, let me know. Ooh, nice hit, but right towards third. And they get the out at first. Of course, there you see our good friend Dakota Sheldon at first base.
Damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Here comes Austin Riley.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez, Game 5 of the ALDS.
Watching episodes 1 to 2.
Hit a double off the wall. Great.
You're on episode 3. Okay. Yep.
Riley was a kid.
I've noticed that I've seen you a couple of times on this channel.
And I actually asked him, "Were you interested in being drafted as a pitcher?"
Not much. You're not much of a sports fan, but you'll watch it. Oh, I get it. No. Hey, perfectly fine. I mean, there's a couple of shows that I'll watch mainly because. Ooh, got nice pitch inside the strike zone. Fouled away. Right now it's 0-0 in terms of what you're supposed to do, and that's get runs.
Really good take, especially.
I imagine most people know how to. Well, how do I put this? It's. Ooh, fouled away.
And they'll do it again.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated.
Welcome back, Carlos. Sorry about what happened, Carlos. It just basically it crapped out. Although I had to think it had more to do with the fact that it was hot. Like the heat might have made it so it was tough to... basically, the weather was so hot that I had to wait until everything cooled down.
Stays alive.
So once it did, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So with that, welcome back there, Carlos. So far, Hunter Green is up to 24 pitches. And finally, a hit by Austin Riley. It's gone.
A solo shot. The Braves score first. It's 1-0. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
And Austin 327 says, I just hit a home run.
Finally squared one up.
Oh, well, thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that.
So impressive. You have to have such a clear and
what a
direct
shot.
Baseball on a split finger, that location inside part of the play. Did a tremendous job of
I mean, that was a wonderful hit there by Austin Riley. Well, I haven't made any plans, but if there's enough demand for it, I'll do it.
Pulls it in for the out.
But we are doing these sports shows, of course. Mainly because, I've been delaying them and, But, yeah, like I said, if there's enough interest, like, if there's enough interest from other people, like if enough people say, hey, let's do another show, then yeah, I'll consider doing it.
Game 1 of the wild card series. Fastball for a strike.
But, anyway, welcome to the show there, JW. Popped up.
Territory behind the plate.
Okay.
And makes the grab. And that's the third out. Braves get one of the big fly. It's now a 1-0 ball game.
Nice. I can't even talk. Nice hit by Austin Riley. And that puts the Braves up 1-0.
Back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the second.
Then, of course, you have Professor Kyle Akers making his debut. And, of course, on the other hand, you have
is in for a strike. Just missed.
Ooh, got him down. Got him at the bottom part of that strike zone. Ooh, that's a good question. I would probably go for the what's it called? The bratwurst. The bratwurst. It's really good, especially the one in Sutter Health Park. I believe that's what it's called. I always knew it as Rayleigh Field. That's the name of the place what it used to be called. But then, of course, there you see me, TJ Toad, number 22. So now you get to see me go head-to-head with Melina Black. Ooh. Wow. And, of course, that's fair. And I make it to first base. All right, I will take that.
Man at first with one gone. Matt McClain, the next to hit for the Reds.
I like chicken tenders too. And then when it comes to nachos, well, that's going to depend on, like, how do they make it, like. Because I can tell you for certain that, nachos are not created equal. But if you have, but depending on how they're made, like, especially, if you're using real cheese and not like the stuff that you get out of can. Oh, nice. I stole a base. But I mean, again, really good stuff.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he.
But yeah, I'm happy I was able to steal a base.
To swipe that bag, such a threat on the bases.
Move to second.
Ooh. I almost got picked off there.
That's a little bit low.
Too low, ball 3.
Right through there for a strike.
All right, 3-1 is the count.
Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns off.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Too high, and the one thing you didn't want to do if you're Molina Black is start walking the competition.
The next to hit for the Reds.
So for the Braves, you have 2 starting pitchers. You have Molina and wow! What a shot by Tyler Stevenson! And that's a 3-run bomb.
And this place is right.
And that was 454 feet. And just like that, the Reds take the lead, 3-1.
Yielding energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
I mean, the Reds were down by 1, but a 3-run home run by Tyler Stevenson.
Fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch.
I mean, that was
location.
Look at that. Look at the distance there. Onto the second deck.
Next to hit for the Reds.
Oh, and here's another TJ. Speaking of Molina, there you are.
Third base side, Riley gets under it.
And well, that's the second out.
There's 2 down.
But it's good to see you there, Miss Black. So, not too long ago, it was a 1-0 lead in favor of Atlanta, but then a 3-run home run, just like that, gives Cincinnati a 3-run lead, a 3-1 lead. Excuse me.
And first
Fouled away.
offering is fouled off.
However, it is the second inning, so it's still early. Swing and a miss.
Strike 2.
She really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And for those who are new, yes, recently added is the fact that you can actually have women in the game, and you can make the women on par with the men. So that's one thing I do like about this game. Fouled away.
One away, and the count remains 0-2.
Swing and a miss. Well, that's a strikeout. But thanks to Tyler Stevenson,
and we're back. Here's the catcher, Sean Murphy. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
That one not close. And the count even 1-1.
welcome back, Brandon. And yeah, I'm very sorry about that, but the fact that it took 5.5 takes to get this right, but it's great to have you back, man. Thank you, man. Fouled away by Murphy. Hunter Green up to 34 pitches. I appreciate that, dude.
That one missed.
But I really wanted to get this done because I didn't want to delay this. Really, I did.
Ground ball left side.
Hit right towards third, and they get the out at first. One down. Well, Molina, you get to go at bat, given that we are under pre-1973 rules, because in 1974, that's when the American League started having the designated hitter rule. But yeah, prior to that, even the pitcher had to hit. So Molina, you get a chance to hit the ball. All right, 0-2 is the count. Ooh, almost got hit.
Straighten her up a little bit.
Just missed.
Just out of the zone, a little too high. 2-2. Of course, Molina is going to protect if it's close enough. Popped up.
Just throw it down the middle.
That's out number 2.
And that was caught by me. 2 down.
Michael Harris II. Next up for the Braves. He's 0 for 1.
Hello, Mr. Daytona. I have some good news for you, but before I do,
Outside with a breaking
first
ball.
pitch is a ball. But anyway, how are you, Mr. Daytona?
That one finds the zone.
Right in the middle, 1-1.
And he hits a ground ball.
Ooh,
right
good hit,
side.
but foul.
It goes just foul. That missed by
Too high.
2-2.
But really though, oh, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just chilling right now, playing some internal drift. Ooh, nice.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Well, I do have some good news for you, my friend. If you want to know.
Easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Well, the baseball's going pretty well. In fact, I'm actually in this game. Well, my character is. And then, of course, the last time I did an episode, which was on this past Sunday, your boy Rob was in it. Okay, I'm happy to announce that I ended up making your character.
One of the things about that 2-out walk,
Like I had to like at first I was trying to get Speed Racer from Community Creations, but nobody made him. So I was like, all right, I'll make you. I will make Mr. I can't even talk. I will make Mr. Daytona himself, and by the time we do our next wrestling show, you should be ready. Well, your character should be. But yes, I made you look like Speed Racer.
Not even close.
Two outs. And that's in for a strike.
Just inside.
One guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pounding inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Oh, not a problem, Mr. Daytona.
Check swing foul.
Yeah, check swing foul, but it goes out of bounds. But yeah, not a problem, man. But yeah, if you're also interested in, being in sports series, like I have series in baseball, hockey, American football.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
And the UFC, i.e. mixed martial arts. So those are the other sports series that I do. And if you're interested, let me know. Oh! And a wild pitch!
Safe at second.
And that allows the runner at first to go to second. Well, now that's going to give the Braves a chance to cut this to within one with a well-placed hit. Not what you wanted to do if you were the Reds, was give up a base that easily.
On the ground to the left.
Fouled away.
And that's just foul. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
Okay. Hey, fair enough. And however, hit right towards our good friend Dakota. I'm certain you know who Dakota is. Well, anyway, there you see him right there.
3-1.
And in fact, you'll get to see him at bat in just a moment.
Set for the bottom of the third. Now here's the Reds leadoff man.
Oh, yeah, and I just noticed that you were flexing, like you were flexing your muscle. Next up is Ellie de la Cruz.
So here's a fun note on Ellie. He became the youngest player in high A ball to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game, and it gets better. He did it again 2 games later. Those are the type of games that tend to get you promoted in the minors.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
That's good pitch there.
Strike,
Really
and 1-1.
Little up and in, just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, get a broken bat.
Back to back.
Dugout.
Welcome to the show there, Autism Carol. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Melina Black. That's her 3rd strikeout.
Santiago Espinal, the next
let me refresh my chat. There we go. For some reason, it wasn't showing on my chat as far as my computer was concerned. But anyway, great to see you. I'm happy you're doing well. Ooh, good hit. And that is going to be a double at least.
Around first and hustling for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
That depends. All right. So well, I guess I should type it in. So for basketball, it would be the Sacramento Kings. In baseball, I would say, ooh, that's a tough one.
1 out. Runner at
I'd still say the Athletics, mainly because they're, closer to my neck of the woods.
And first pitch fastball.
And then hockey is the Winnipeg Jets. And then American football, the Raiders, and that's mainly for the fact that they were in Oakland before they moved to Las Vegas.
Second. In there at the knees, 0-2.
So up now is our good friend Dakota.
I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to
swing and a miss. And Dakota struck out. Four strikeouts for Melina Black.
First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got her ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. You made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
Wasn't really a big Triple H fan. I would say The Game. Well, the song known as The Game by Motorhead. Up next is Kyle Akers, swing and a miss. Yeah, so here's Professor Kyle Akers.
Man on second, 2 down. And that's way high.
Too high.
She really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. She knows that if she makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss.
A wild pitch.
Squirts away a little bit. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the 3rd.
All right, 2 down with a runner at second.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Coble. But I wonder if that was before, well, I was having trouble with my PSN, but thankfully it fixed itself. Thank God for that. But it's good to see you there, Mr. Cobalt. In fact, let me go to your channel. And wow, you have over 4,000 subscribers.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
That's incredible.
I don't think she really wanted to pitch.
And also, it was nice to meet your
so 2 outs with runners on the corner.
It said you needed to turn permissions on.
And a run scored and a walk.
I needed to turn permissions on. Oh, you mean like the auto raid, not okay.
Early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the
Oh yeah, now it's me and Melina Black. So my character's at bat, whereas Melina's character is on the mound as the pitcher. So now it's our head-to-head meeting. Fouled away.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third.
And I hit it, but I hit it too high.
He's got it.
Well,
that's the inning.
That would have been nice to bring in some more runs, but instead we strand a couple. Well, up next is going to be Damian Shelley. And at the end of 3, it is 3-1 Cincinnati.
Back here in Cincinnati, here's the shortstop at the plate.
Let me see here. Permissions.
Shelley, 25 years old, and he was born in Japan. Next offering upstairs.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
There's a good feel in the ballpark, and that's what you expect when the home side has the lead in game 1. This energy is going to keep building with every out.
There's a swing and a drive.
Uh-oh.
That one's got
that's hit well, and not far enough, though. Nice catch there by Kyle Akers, but Damian Shelley, he gave it a ride, and that could have been out, but it didn't. But it didn't happen there.
Coming up to him.
Okay.
For 1, he grounded out in his first at bat.
But all right, let me see.
Tap foul at the plate.
Oh, I think
It says I need to turn permissions on.
Anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And also, Superstar Marcus. Da-da.
Swing and a miss.
Riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Da-da-da. Superstar Marcus. Da-da. Getting cards and letters from people he don't even know. And you're just stopping by before you head for the night. Oh, okay.
Late on that fastball.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, if you couldn't tell by the fact that I was extolling the virtues of Superstar Marcus.
And a count 2-1.
Well, here's Austin Riley, who hit that home run
Slider misses outside.
to have given the Braves a brief 1-0 lead.
3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
That's ball 4. Tried another fastball.
Well, instead of getting on base by a hit, he gets a free walk. Not what you want to do if you're Hunter Green. Up next is Matt Olson.
Here's a big power threat. Matt Olson, 0 for 1 so far.
Fouled away. Ooh, a bit, yeah, quite a bit inside. 1-1.
And that's down and away.
Too low. So for the Braves to get back in this, they gotta chain some hits, if not hope that Green makes the mistake of walking them. But they gotta make them count, ultimately. Fouled away.
The Braves down by a pair here in game 1 of the wild card series. And there's the ball.
Yeah.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay
that was close to the knees. I'm surprised I didn't hit him, but
and ball 4.
yeah, that's back-to-back walks. One thing you didn't want to do was allow walks, and that's 2 in a row that he's done. So Atlanta has runners at first and second, and with 2 down.
That one off the mark, and that's ball 1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right.
Well, Green's going to have to get himself together, or he's going to put his team in a bad spot, even though he has the lead. And ooh, just in. For a moment, I thought that was going to be called a ball, but well, yeah, that one definitely missed.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Oh, fouled away.
Riley on second. Olsen on at first with 2 down.
23 pitches this inning here.
And a foul ball.
Make it 24.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Fouled away. Well, it's pretty obvious what your team is doing there, Molina, and that is to drive the pitch count high on Hunter Green.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Swing and a miss, and they'll have to throw him out. They do. That was close.
It's the Reds 3.
It's still 3-1 Cincinnati.
Back here at Great American Ballpark, John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Matt McClain.
All right, starting up is Matt McClain.
Fastball in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these Reds showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored.
Swing and a miss. So far, Molina has been on target, and if that's the case, then the Braves still have a chance, even though they're down. They still have a chance, but of course they'll have to get it done on the offensive end. Fouled away.
1-2 count.
Swing and a miss. And that's 5 strikeouts for Molina Black.
Next, Tyler Stevenson.
Well, now here's the guy that hit that 3-run home run. So I imagine Molina's going to want some payback. Fouled away.
One down, base is empty.
And hit right towards second. And they get the out at first. 2 down.
This is important. If she can go 1-2-3 here, will be a very positive sign for her and for her team.
TJ Friedel, the next to hit for the
TJ
Reds.
Friedel, so we have another TJ here.
Just missed.
Too low.
Counts 1-0.
Misses
Outside,
off
that's
the
a ball.
plate. And it's 2-0. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one finds the zone, and it's 2-1 now.
All right, 2-1 is the count.
Next offering is outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that.
Quite a bit outside there.
Started on the edge of the plate with
My
the
main
spin.
character to use in Mortal Kombat. I would say Sub-Zero or
And there's ball 4.
or Cassie Cage. Also, hey, what's up, AJ? So, of course, AJ, we had, well, so of course we saw AJ in the previous game, or in the previous show on Sunday. But right now we're completing the rest of the game 1s in the wild card round.
And that'll do it.
And that's the end of the 4th.
Reds leave 1, and the score stays 3-1.
And up next is Molina Black coming in at bat.
Game 1 of this wild card series. So here's Murphy now.
So now back to Hunter Green, who's at 84 pitches to start this one. Fouled away.
Ball there.
You know, these Braves just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. With just one hit in the game, they're clearly frustrated and searching for answers at this point.
Fouled away. But yeah, AJ, how did you feel after winning game one? Given it's a, you know, it's a 3-game series. Fouled away. It was good. Awesome. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Green.
Not much to it, and I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location.
And now back is Black, Molina Black.
And say, how did I miss that? But you know what happens.
Swing and a foul straight back. One down, base is empty.
Fouled away.
Foul back, and that's out of play.
Oh, swing and a miss. They'll have to throw her out. And they do. 2 down.
Now after the drop third strike.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it, and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split-finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
Ooh, okay, that was a bit too, that almost hit him.
That's outside. Yeah, that's off the outside edge. And now 3-0. There's the strike.
Oh, and hit and hit down the line, and it's fair. And unfortunately got a bit too greedy and got thrown out by who else? Professor Kyle Akers. So yeah, great hit, but unfortunately he really should have just stayed at first. An attack by De La Cruz.
We head to the bottom of the 5th.
And speaking of De La Cruz, he is up first. Swing and a miss.
You know, one of the most memorable innings ever for Ellie happened in July 2023. In one inning, De La Cruz hit a 2-out single to take the lead and then proceeded to do something that a Reds player hasn't done in more than 100 years. He stole second, third, and home in the same inning. It only took 2 pitches for him to steal all 3 bases.
An incredible feat that was. And that is a hit.
So a runner aboard to start the inning.
All right, a runner at first to get things started after a hit.
Here's the third baseman, Santiago Espinal. 1 for 2.
1 for 2 is Santiago Espinal. Swing and a miss.
Strike 1. Action in the pen down there. Number 63, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Johnson getting cranked up as well. Runner at first with no outs here. And that's a little high.
Too high. Ooh, good hit, but fouled away. Obviously, if you're Cincinnati, you want to add to the lead. And another hit, well, manages to stop it, and that's an infield single. Yep, that's a base hit. See, a great stop on the part of the second baseman, but was unable to make a play, though certainly not for the lack of trying. And also great job on the part of Espinal to beat out the throw.
And he will make a move to the pen. Black is done, and the line not closed on her yet as she's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
And unfortunately, Melina Black is being pulled out.
New pitcher for the Braves, Aaron Bummer.
Up next is Aaron Bummer, and it's going to be up to him to stabilize things.
Back into the game.
And really for the Braves, they got to get themselves out of this jam.
No outs.
Because if they don't,
both two in this one.
you know, for all intents and purposes, this could be it. What a bummer. Yeah, absolutely. And even more so now that you have Dakota out there. But now instead of you facing him, it's going to be Bummer facing him.
In the air to left,
and that's a good hit.
Drops into the
well,
runner tags at second.
Although the runner from second tags and gets to third. So while Ozuna was successful in getting Dakota out, the runner at second does tag up. So now you have runners at first and third with one down. Well, no, some were.
Strike right there. No need to off with that pitch until you get to
some were, like, as the years went on. At some point, well, for the most part, you know, throughout history, at some point, each team started out as an expansion team. At one point or another.
Through that one, it's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize
and
his
you know, and unexpectedly, they didn't do so well for the most part in, you know, their first year.
If he can put the ball in play, but that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with.
Anyway, a strikeout right to Kyle Akers. But up next is your boy Toad.
And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
Anyway, here's your boy Toad, i.e. me.
Two on, two outs.
Ooh, that was a good hit, but I hit it right towards the second baseman. And the Braves got themselves out of a jam. I don't know how, but for the moment, the Braves are still in this. But time is running out as 5 innings have gone and 4 are left.
And they make a change to start the sixth. The new pitcher, Emilio Pagan.
Emilio Pagan is up now.
Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Well, here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. And fires in a fastball at 95. Double-barreled action.
So in the bullpen, we have Diaz and Rogers.
Ready to go. Rogers getting loose as well. Next offering upstairs.
Ooh, nice hit. And it drops. All right, so not a bad first start for the Braves in this inning.
Looked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Good hit there by Albies.
And the batter will be the shortstop.
And then we have Damian Shelley.
Gets under and
although he pops it up.
Squeezes it.
And of course, Dakota retires him. One down. Yeah, the bat. I do like the sound of the bats in this game too. Because it just sounds real, you know.
Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Swinging a foul straight back.
Fouled away.
A tying run at the plate here in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. And that one is inside ball one.
But no, those are not metal bats. These are wooden bats, man.
Right here. Try to close that gap, but at the very least, if
like you'll find metal bats in the College World Series, but not in the majors. I'm sorry.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt. In the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even
I mean, I guess from afar you might be led to think that they are metal bats, but they're not. Swing and a miss.
There's 2 down.
And Pagan gets a strikeout.
Come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. He keeps it down. It's just so tough to put wood on.
The good old days of wooden bats. Well, the bats that are used in Major League Baseball, those are wooden bats. It's just that they got a lot of shine and a lot of polish. So you'd be forgiven for thinking that they are metal, but no, those are wooden bats. Also, hello to primetime Sean Sanders. But no, those are wooden bats. It's because they break.
Off of first with 2 away.
But if you're talking about the bats that that look like old-fashioned bats, then yeah, I could see that.
Early on that fastball, I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch in this next one.
I mean, there's only a few bats out there that still look like the ones that you remember. So hey, so it's all good.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese.
Anyway, 1-2 is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes for those who don't know. Fouled away.
Still 1-2.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit.
Swing and a miss.
Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. So no runs here in a base.
Right now, the Reds still hold on to that 3-1 lead.
8-2 in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Reds 3 and the Braves 1. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the second baseman, Matt McClain. And that's outside. And
that was outside.
Foul ball.
Ooh, good hit, but fouled.
Nope, outside.
Too high, and now it's 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
And of course, one thing you didn't want to do was allow a walk. Anyway, I was answering a DM, so that's why I wasn't talking.
In now for the Reds, Tyler Stevenson. And he had a big swing at the bat.
Yep, Tyler Stevenson. He's the guy that hit that 3-run home run that gave the Reds the 3-1 lead that they have currently.
When you're on the other end of that thing, I mean, it's tough. Sets up an uphill battle the rest of the way.
So let's see if he can do it again, or if he can at least follow up with a hit.
Over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
And another ball, Chris, with that distraction.
But yeah,
the speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot
ooh,
for
got
a
him,
hitter to be in.
got him looking.
Nobody out, runner at first.
I'm not sure if you've ever played baseball in your youth there, Mr. Daytona, but if you ever did, I'll just tell you that I played it, and out of all, like, I basically played every position except pitcher, but my favorite was definitely first base. No? Okay. Well, what was your favorite sport, to play for fun?
Fastball is outside.
I mean, I played a little bit of basketball, and... Oh, okay, so Larry did. Well, what was your favorite position? Or if...
And that is downstairs.
Anyway, too low on that last pitch there. But, I mean, I also played a little bit of basketball, and then I played... golf. I played golf, though. Shortstop? Yeah, shortstop was my first position. But, yeah, shortstop is awesome. I like shortstop. There's some really good ones in history. Hit right towards second, but they'll have to go for the fielder's choice of first base. So you get runners at second and third with one down. Some tennis, some hockey. Never played those at a high level, though, just for fun. Hey, fair enough, you know. I mean, I played... Like, I played tennis just for fun, too, but I never got to play hockey for fun. Just because, well, I was never really good at skating, so I practically sucked at it, so... But, well, in real life, that is, but that is cool that you played for fun. In hockey, what position did you play?
Fought off foul.
Fouled away by Fairchild. Did a little bit of catcher, a lot of center field and first baseman. Oh, that's awesome.
Headed towards the corner.
And hit, but it's going to hook foul. We had a park near our old house, and it had a tennis court, and you and your family would go there and play a lot during the summer. Awesome. Sometimes even just the simple joys of going to a park is a lot of fun. And that's going to drop. And that's going to clear. So that's two more runs for Fairchild. Batted in. And Cincinnati will increase its lead to 5-1.
Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. 1 for 3. And first off,
okay, so you played as a defenseman or a defensive player.
You can feel the extra attention on Ellie anytime he comes to the plate.
But yeah, that's a defenseman.
On the edge of your seat because you don't know what he's going to do next. He can hit for power, steals bases.
Some of the greatest players that have ever played hockey, you know, they played defensemen. So those are some. And really, defensemen are very versatile because some.
Runner goes.
Oh wait.
In for a strike.
And a stolen base by Fairchild. But yeah, like some are really good at setting up for offensive opportunities. Others are pure defensive players. And in such a way that it helps the goalkeeper with his job. So, hey, that's always a good. That's a great position to play. Oh yeah, I love playing baseball on Wii Sports. I mean, I remember the Wii came out not long after I got out of high school, so that was a lot of fun. And another hit, and that's going to bring in another run, 6-1. Now, we do have a rule on the show, is that when a team is up by 10 runs or more, we're going to call it. So, really, for Atlanta, this is not looking good. And unless they can stop them and then go on a run themselves offensively, you know, this game's not going to last very long. So we have another AJ, but it's AJ Smith-Shawver. So I don't think this AJ is related to AJ Cool Kid, though.
Santiago Espinal now at the plate.
Right now, the Reds are red hot with those bats.
De La Cruz leads off first with one away. Runner on the go, pitching for a strike.
And another stolen base.
That's his first steal of the game. Singy, the best way to catch this guy might be on replay.
Yeah, and
So not only
sometimes
are
it's
the Reds
only way to
hitting,
catch 'em, Boog. I mean, you
they're
see
also
that sprint
stealing.
speed on StatCast right
Well,
there. It's
base
just
stealing,
elite,
that is.
and just makes it very tough on
As
the
well as
defense. A lot of
anybody.
pressure on those players.
And that one is lifted in the
And
air.
that's
Both
well hit,
has a beat on it.
but not far
Puts it
enough.
away for the out.
2 down. But yeah, I also like playing boxing on Wii Sports.
Next is
That was also a lot of fun.
0 for 3 in this one.
Although here you have Dakota, who has yet to get a hit.
Power, a great athlete, quite simply.
I would have to think moving forward, Dakota will look to get on the board.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the
I think there
baseball
is a
mechanical
way you can
things
create
really
an
well.
expansion
Look out,
team.
because the sky's
Or
the
at the
limit
very
on
least,
that.
you take an existing team and then move them. But again,
2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
I don't make those creative decisions though.
Next pitch is outside.
But like back in 2001 or 2002,
Yes, he
you know,
did.
2001, 2002. A lot of people don't know this, but there was a time when business was not doing so well, and 2 teams were on the verge of getting
onto the 7th here in game 1.
of
It's the
folding.
Reds 6 and the Braves 1.
Well, anyway, there were 2 teams that were on the verge of folding, and I believe one of them was Minnesota, and then the other was
And he's got a
the
nice
Montreal
speed to work
Expos at the
with,
time.
So he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these
And yet
hitters.
it was at the last it was really at the last hour that was prevented, but that almost happened. But had it happened, then there's every chance there could have been an expansion team later on down the line.
He swings and misses at the first pitch.
0-1's the count.
0-1. They've got a
So yeah, unless
and when you think about teams
so unless the
capable of
league starts
rallying
to
from this
contract
they're right at the top of the list.
or reduce in number of teams, I really don't see an expansion team. I really don't.
For a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Connect Sports, yeah, that one was also fun too.
And that's
Oh.
in the dirt.
Wild pitch. Well, right now, as far as the Braves are concerned, they're going to have to start producing runs because right now they're running out of time.
Next
Too
on,
high.
misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-2.
All right,
count.
so in this at-bat, you've seen a couple of off-speed pitches, now back-to-back fastballs. In this count, you definitely got to stay back. Make sure you don't get out in front and be prepared to shorten up and hit the ball the other way.
Oh,
And they'll do it again.
Joyride Turbo. How did that work? I imagine that was something of a racing game, but I've never heard of it.
On the ground, right side.
Sonic Free Riders.
Tosses the first. That's the first out at the top of the 7th. Here's Profar now. Santillan.
Well, I never got to grow up with it, so I can't really,
He was a
you know.
second-round pick back in 2015.
Oh, so it's the Xbox version of
And
Mario
that's in there
Kart?
for strike 1.
0-1.
I could see that.
And ball 1.
Although one thing I am happy about is the fact that Sonic Cross Worlds is cross-platform because it's on the Switch, Switch
And
2,
the next pitch is way outside.
the Xbox, well, both the current and the previous version, and then same thing with the PS4, PS5 version.
Bounce to the right. And that chance handled.
Anyway, dribbler
Sends
and
it to first.
another out
And
at first,
away
2
to
down.
the 7th. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Sean Murphy. He's built his reputation as one of the top framers in the sport. That just
outside.
misses. Ball 1. 2 down, nobody on.
Well, good hit there by Murphy, though. Anyway, did you watch the Summer Games Fest earlier today? No, I didn't. Although I believe that was... I didn't get to see it because I was at work at the time. I don't know if anybody else did, but I didn't. I can say that. Swing and a miss.
And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And the Braves go down quietly. They trail it 6-1.
All right, well, 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, number 12.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, these Reds, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've seen how many line drive base hits they've been able to produce in this one. 6 to be exact, and they've all been pretty loud.
Swing and a pop.
And popped up from Kyle Akers, 1 down.
And he makes the catch.
But no, I didn't get to see what sort of games are we talking about, Mr. Daytona, if I may ask. Anyway, here's my character.
Sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half.
Too low.
Those are the ones that become elite.
That misses. Ball 2. Base is empty, 1 away here in the late stages of game 1. Check swing. Now to look down to first.
Ooh, a check swing.
That's going to be ruled a swing.
All right, 2-2 is the count. Personal favorite shown at Summer Game Fest: Saw Game, Alien Isolation 2, Hot Wheels Clutch, Wolf Among Us 2, and Cuphead 2. Cuphead 2. If Cuphead was anything to go by,
2 down, base is empty.
I wonder how they're going to top Cuphead.
Matt McClain. Couple of walks and a strikeout.
Not a bad selection of games, though.
That's in there, and it's 0-1.
Matt McClain.
And there's a ball.
Nope.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
Fouled away.
One is fouled off.
I would say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
And down on strikes.
Ooh, that
that
was a lucky pitch there. I'm not going to lie.
Cincinnati. They lead it though 6-1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Scott Barlow.
Scott Barlow up now.
So they turn to a bat off the bench for the pitcher, Jared Kellman.
Pretty surprised they're going with the pitcher.
All right, so we have a pitch hitter coming up.
Trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
Fouled away. Well, folks, we still have one other game as part of our doubleheader. And, of course, I'll reach out to those who are part of that game.
Swing and a ball popped up. Espinal.
And 1 down, so the Reds are 5 defensive outs away from winning this.
Really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Here's the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Fastball for a strike. The Cincinnati bullpen has some movement. Alexis Diaz.
So we have Diaz and Rogers in the bullpen for Cincinnati.
The Reds leading by 5 here in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. Inside, almost
That was a bit too inside. That almost hit him.
That one almost got him.
That's twice in a row. What's going on? Bro, are you trying to hit him?
Line drive.
Well, hit right towards De La Cruz, and they got him out at first. 2 down.
Top of the 8th. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. And first offering is fouled off.
And then, ooh, I was afraid he was going to do that, and Albies gets hit by a pitch. So for those who don't know, when a batter is hit by a pitch, the batter gets a free base as if it was a walk.
For just a second, Chris.
Well, so now we have a runner at first with 2 outs.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat automatically.
And popped up by Shelley.
They've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he.
We now go to the bottom of the 8th.
The lead remains 5.
And of course, the Reds are going to look to add to the lead as if you couldn't add any more to it, but they will.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound.
Next up is Pierce Johnson.
Pierce Johnson. And here's the catcher, Tyler Stevenson.
The graphics are good. I will say it's a major step up because in the previous edition I had MLB 21 and it was on the PS4, and while on that system it was good, I mean this is like a major improvement, man. Yeah, it's a lot like a real life game.
Makes it 1-2.
Swing and a miss.
I gotta think that was the plan all the way.
Great job there by Johnson.
Fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Friedel in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1. Ball 1.
Next off.
Fouled away. Swing and a miss. Well, great job there by Pierce Johnson.
Benefits the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or.
Well, next up is the pitch hitter Jake Fraley, or Fraley, sorry. But yeah, like it is crazy though that it resembles a real life. You know that the game is, resembling real life, and not just like the way it looks, but even the physics are real. Or at least they're programmed in such a way that you'd be forgiven for thinking that it is real.
Late swing, foul to the left.
Fouled away. And almost got hit himself was Fraley. I'm not sure if that was accidental or not, but it's got to be careful though.
Pierce Johnson fires.
Ooh, good hit,
In the air, center field.
but too high.
Harris.
All right, so now we get to the top of the ninth, and I'll explain what has to happen for each team. But at the end of 8, it is 6-1 Cincinnati.
We're back. It's the top of the ninth. And
So now we have Alexis Diaz as he goes onto the mound for Cincinnati. So here's the situation.
Here's Marcelo Zuna.
For the Braves, they need to score 5 runs to tie the game, 6 runs or more to take the lead. Anything short of that, and the Cincinnati Reds will walk away with a win in game number 1. So for Atlanta, this is their last chance.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Next off,
too low.
Is down and away.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
That one catches the zone, and the count is 2-2.
2-2.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that.
Swing and a miss.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Anyway, 1 down.
Riley stands in now. And
Austin Riley, the one person responsible for the 1 run that the Braves have with that home run very early in the game. Swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
0-2 now.
Too high.
2 straight.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the late stages of game 1. Knocks that
Fouled
one
away.
And we'll do it again. One down, base is empty. And that's the strike.
Got him looking. 2 down and 1 to go.
Best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Fouled away by Olsen.
Comes up empty.
0-2 is the count.
Diaz, 1 strike away from securing.
And that's a strikeout, and that's going to do it.
Struck him out, and that is the ball game. So the Cincinnati Reds off to the right foot here in this wild.
So Cincinnati will take game 1 in this best-of-3 series, and if they win game 2, they will advance into the next round. And of course, my character's happy, Dakota's happy, and Professor Kyle Akers is happy. Although one person not too happy is Melina Black. And if you're the Braves, you're going to have to step up your game, or else this is not going to last very long.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our
but anyway, the final score, 6-1 Cincinnati.
I'm John Shambi saying,
oh, well, thank you, Mr. Cornwell. Well, we have one more game to go, and I'll reach out to, again, I'll reach out to those who are going to be in this 4th and final game among the game 1s in the wild card series. Well, anyway, here's some of the highlights. Of course, there you see Riley hitting that home run, but it was Stevenson who hit this 3-run home run, and that's really what got him started, and they never looked back. Then Fairchild would hit would get a hit that brought in 2 runs, And then that one brought in Fairchild. But those were just the highlights, though. Player of the game was Tyler Stevenson. Hunter Green gets the win. Melina Black gets the loss. All right. Now, of course, we get to our final game. Okay, here we go. Go to today's games. Okay. All right, so let me reach out to those involved. Let's see. So I can't reach Wally because I don't have a way to contact them, but I can contact the others. So let me do that. So this is a good opportunity for you guys to go get some snacks and stuff like that. All right, so I got Andromeda Black, I reached out to her via her old man. And then let me get Mr. Brandon Cuevas. Okay. And then also let me get the Mets, including Joker and his brother Leo. And then same thing with Leo. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, one of our newest stars. And for Mr. Daytona, you know who this guy is. And that man is Goku Blue. So let me get him. And there's Brandon Cuevas. Yep. Brandon Cuevas has been summoned. Yes, Goku's going to be in this. All right. Now that I've reached out to everyone, these are the game ones. So let's get to it. Oh, what? Okay. Yes, you've been summoned. So I may as well mention this to Goku really quickly. So originally, somebody else was going to be part of the Mets, but then that person got suspended, and then ultimately I had to let go. So to fill in the void, I was like, you know what? Let's put Goku in there. So basically, you just inherited the spot that your predecessor was in, and you ended up with the Mets. So with that said, we go to Citi Field in Flushing, New York. Yes. And also, one thing, I may as well mention this. Tell me, when did you start watching baseball? Like, I know you can't. I know you weren't watching baseball prior to the 1970s or even in the 70s or the 80s. I'm not sure if you were watching in the 90s. You might have watched in the 2000s, but I'm not sure if you've ever watched baseball during those times. But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because one thing I liked about this game is that you could actually use the current style, or you can use the style of how baseball used to be broadcasted as it was back in the day. You watch your brother play baseball when you were little? Oh, so basically when you were just a little Goku. But I mean, I remember Dragon Ball itself before Dragon Ball Z, and at the time Goku was little. But then, of course, we all know he became a legend. Oh, great show, but you have to. Oh, so you have to go. You have to go to bed. Not a problem, Patty. But I'll let you get some rest, my friend. But with all that said, we'll keep it simple, and we'll go right into the game. So, of course, Brandon Cuevas is hitting fourth, whereas Walter Johnson is hitting third. In fact, Walter Johnson is playing at first base, and Brandon Cuevas is the catcher. And then, of course, Andromeda is a relief pitcher, which is not a bad thing, especially given that that was one of the things that the Marlins needed a lot of help with, and that's relief pitching. And for the Mets, you have at catcher, Brooklyn Joker. At left field, his brother, Leo Angel. And at third base, our man, Goku Blue. Yes, you're playing third base. I'm not sure, like, what position you played when you were just a little Goku, but or however many positions you played, but yeah, you're playing third base, so I hope you like that.
Capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to.
I played first base when I was young, but I played every position except pitcher.
Pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
And in fact, there you are right there, Goku with blue hair. You have some blue hair, and you're number 5.
So just about
but we start out with
and on the hill in this one, Kodai Senga. What should we keep
Kodai Senga is the starting pitcher for this one.
To work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance.
Although I'm surprised he has only had one start coming into this, and yet he's starting here.
Or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over
a ghost fork ball.
Now it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can,
well, hey, if that's his specialty, we'll see if he can use that. Anyway, hit right towards second, and they get the out at first. One down.
And time down for the Marlins lineup.
So anyway, there you see Wally Johnson hitting third, whereas Brandon's hitting fourth.
Good surprise as well, and some hitters.
And honestly, the Marlins are going to need all the help they can get, given it's a young team,
against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got to.
And they're going to need to develop their experience here. And that's going to be a hit in field. Oh, not a problem there, Goku.
Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult.
Too bad I don't have alert. I don't have alert command though.
And now Walter Johnson.
Nope.
First pitch.
Not every wild card is a best of 3. True. because sometimes the series can end in 2 games. But in real life, it's a best of 5 or a best of 7, really. So in some ways, it is true.
Swing and a high fly ball.
And what a shot there by Wally Johnson, but not far enough.
And there's 2 away. Here's the power hitting catcher, Brandon Cuevas.
Brandon Cuevas. Also, I hope I did a good job with your look there, Mr. Cuevas.
Fastball for a strike.
Not sure
Number
if he was
60.
expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
So right now we have 2 down and a runner at first.
That was the sweeper.
Ooh, that was inside, but 1-1.
But the go-ahead run is in
Juan
first.
Soto down at right field.
Game
Yep.
1 of the wild card series.
Ooh, nice hit,
Fouled off.
but it hooks foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Oh, that was a really nasty pitch.
Marlins lead 1. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game.
Well,
This is the
we were
next
talking about
wild
Goku
card
Blue.
series on
Well, he
the
gets to
show.
start at bat first.
Back here at Citi
Meanwhile,
Field,
on the mound is
the
Sandy
pitcher in this game,
Alcantara.
Sandy
Alcantara, sorry.
What to expect with this guy on the mound. There are times he's really good, but that's not always the case. For me, I want to see how aggressive he's going to be out there. We'll see it right away if he's pitching with confidence, and if he is, he should be just fine.
Now the third baseman, Blue.
So, in fact, there he is right there, Goku.
Blue.
Too high.
Second season. Only 20 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round.
Interesting. He was drafted in the 8th round in 2023. That's interesting. But on the other hand, he was developing in the minor league, so only till recently he made it to the majors. And what timing? He's here. And hit right up the middle, and that's his first hit.
So a man on base to start the inning.
Oh, he did? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because in most other games where there's a retired number, they'd have given you the next closest number. That's interesting.
And that's in for a strike.
But yeah, David Wright, without a doubt, was one of the greatest Mets players to ever play. I'm just sad he never got to, be a champion. But if there was ever a player that deserved to be a champion, it was him.
Big stock center field.
And hit another hit down the middle for the Mets.
Quickly, first and second now with nobody out.
A hit by Jeff McNeil.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Juan Soto now. Breaking ball misses down and away.
All right, a ball too low.
Before the first pitch for this series, and they'll go crazy right here if they can take an early first inning lead.
And fouled off.
Fouled away.
This would be huge right here if they could get on the board and be the first ones to score in this one with the home field advantage. Get that crowd behind you and just intimidate the opposition a little bit more.
Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him.
And got him looking. Juan Soto got caught looking.
Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets. This guy with light tower power.
Yeah, Juan Soto. Yeah. And unfortunately, he didn't get the job done. But let's see if Leo Angel can. Obviously, being that you're on the Marlins, you don't want that to happen there, Brandon.
Tapped at the plate.
Fouled away, 1-1.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Just
That
missed.
pitch is out.
Good
Just
spot.
outside.
Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
this is the zone. And now 3 balls.
And then not long after that, then you have the next part in his brother, Joker. I mean, you can see the resemblance as far as Leo and Joker are concerned. Although Leo got caught looking.
Up in the zone. I don't think he recognized.
I mean, they each have red hair. Fouled away.
We'll do it again.
Another foul. Marlins are looking for a double play, if not a strikeout. Another foul away.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
In the air.
And then hit into center field.
Brings it in.
And is going to look to tag up. Well, actually, nobody's going to tag up. 2 down.
Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, I think the approach you take is really try to lay off of those pitches down.
So, of course, you see Goku at
some called strikes.
Hey, what's up, Atticus? So, right now your princess, Andromeda,
those two-seamers, really hard for them to
is in action.
in the zone. Those are pitches you can.
Of course, as a reminder, Andromeda is a relief pitcher, so in the event that Miami starts, the starter doesn't get the job done, I imagine she'll be the first out of the chute. All right, not a problem there, Mr. Daytona. I wanted to do this sooner, but I had to wait a little bit. But thank you so much. Thank you for the W stream. And what a shot!
Heading to the plate. The throw in. He scores and they have the lead.
All right, so a 1-0 lead as Joker brings in Goku.
Sent it out way faster than it came in, of course. 113 off the bat, and no matter where you
Great job there by Joker.
It's tough to make the playoff.
First and second, 2 outs. And now it's
Next up is Francisco Lindor,
that one fouled off.
who get hit, but fouled away.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
In the air,
Another foul away.
And a foul ball.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
2 outs. The shortstop takes the ball. Two on, 2 outs.
And then hit right towards the shortstop, and they get the out at second. But Joker does bring in 1 run to give the Mets a 1-0 lead at the end of 1 inning. But anyway, how's everything going there, Atticus? I did see that you were in action earlier
Game 1
with your stream.
Series. And now it's going to be Jonah Bride. Senga back to work. That misses. Ball 1. Legends really are cemented in the postseason. You think
Next up is Jonah
The
Bride.
Red Sox, Derek Jeter as Mr. November, or Randy Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few.
And then hit right towards Goku, and Goku gets the out at first. 1 down.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, got to mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson, and Madison Bumgarner. We were doing that game. Those guys really shined in the toughest moments.
Jesus Sanchez in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Swing and a miss.
And it's 1-1.
1-1.
All right.
Outside with a break.
Outside.
Right through there for a strike.
2-2 is the count.
And it's filled up.
All right, so it's full count. Ooh, swung and a miss. That would have been a ball had he not swung at it. But he did, and he missed.
Here's the third baseman.
That's another strikeout for Senga, excuse me.
Looked like it was a little bit up.
Counts 1-0.
Two outs, base is empty.
Swing and a miss.
And that's strike one.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find
swing and a miss again. There's that fork ball that that Brandon was talking about.
Gets a piece.
Ooh, got a piece there. Too low.
And it's 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss.
Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down.
Great job there by Senga to keep the Marlins shut out, aside from one hit.
It's 1, and the Marlins nothing. Back here in Queens, here's some real power at the plate.
So now we have Pete Alonso.
He's not going to get cheated up there.
And I will say this, I remember him in his rookie year, 2019.
Well, Boog, it didn't take very long for Alonso to set the home run record here at Citi Field. He passed Lucas Duda for the top spot in June of 2023.
The 1-0.
Ooh, good hit, but fouled away.
One curling foul down the right side. The 1-1. And that is out of play.
That one was good, but fouled away.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Why to kick the pitch? And
too low.
Snips in the dirt. Pitch misses, and the count's full.
Excellent location right there. Flirted with the zone, tried to get in and chase.
That one misses.
And that's going to be a walk for Pete Alonso.
It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I'll tell you what, he earned that walk.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed.
All right, Brandon Nimmo
runner at first.
up next is 4 for 30 against Alcantara.
Hit on the ground,
although he hits it right towards the shortstop. They get one, but they don't get the second. They just get the lead runner, so Nimmo does make it on a fielder's choice. But still, that's a pretty good play there. And if Miami's going to have any chance of winning, they got to keep it close.
Here's the pitcher, Kodai Senga.
And now here's Senga going head-to-head with Alcantara. Going for a bunt. Well, they get the out at first, but it bans the runner from first to second. 2 down.
Really nice technique right there to get that sac bunt down. Advances that runner up another base. That was his job. He got it done.
Now at the plate, Blue. Singled and scored his first time. Sing, you talked about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the
back on the plate is Goku himself. He already has 1 hit.
And that one missing low.
And because of that big power arm.
And a well-placed hit here will put in another run.
and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Inside was that last pitch.
Strike, a sinker at the bottom.
Ooh, that was got him in the corner with that sinker. 1, 2, and 1. Now it's 3 and 1.
Jeff McNeil up next for the Mets. Nimmo at second with 2 down. So now 2 on.
And Goku is 1 for 1 with a walk.
Wasn't even much to think about.
So Goku has made it on base twice.
Now here's Jeff McNeil.
Once with a hit,
1 for 1 with a single
and the
so
second
far.
time via a walk.
This one
Fouled away.
Around, but foul.
And then, ooh, that was a good hit, but not far enough. That's the end of the second.
2 left for the Mets, but they still lead it 1-0. And we're back. Digging in, Dane Myers. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
So up next is Dane Myers. Swing and a miss.
That's the sweeper.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
That's a little bit low.
Well, Myers, of course, did the right thing by not taking that pitch.
The next offer
Too high.
3 and 1. Tap foul.
Fouled away. Fouled again.
That one misses.
Yeah, way too far outside the zone, and that's a walk. So 1 walk given up by Senga.
Sandy Alcantara.
Next up is the pitcher, so it's another pitcher v. pitcher.
But that rolls foul.
A bunt attempt that is fouled.
Tying run is at first here in game 1 of the wild card series. Gets the bunt down the right
Gets
side.
the bunt, and
That's an out on the
well,
sacrifice.
that was well played there by McNeil. If he doesn't play that well, that could have been an infield single or a bunt single, but instead it did what was intended to do, and that was advance the runner to second. So a well-placed hit for the Mariners should be able to get a run across the board and tie this game.
And that's
Too high.
Fastball the inside.
Ooh, got him inside. 1 and 2.
Next pitch misses.
Bit too far out of the zone.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Ooh, got him with the cutter. Got him looking.
Well, even if you don't
4
feel good about
strikeouts.
it, you've got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
By the way,
Off out of play, back to our left. Myers stands at second with 2 gone. Right through there.
And that's another strikeout looking.
Strikeout on the hill. No runs on no
Senga
hits, no
does give up a,
errors, and runner
I mean, he
left.
gave up
We
a
head
walk,
down to the home half of
and
game
even though they had a
number
runner
3,
at second
it's the
with
Mets
1 down,
and the Marlins
the Marlins just could not take advantage of it. Though you have to credit Senga for being a well, for his pitching. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Although one person who needs to do what he needs to do, given how much he's being paid,
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
or was that Jack McNeil that got paid? Oh no, I'm sorry, Juan Soto. Yeah, Juan Soto's the one with all that money. Well, now it's time for him to produce.
That's when things get serious for this guy.
And hit down the line, but foul. But yeah, you say that Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso are the big warning signs right there. And that's well hit, but it gets caught by Sanchez. 1 down. But do you mean like warning signs for the Marlins? Or the reason that the Mets could fall either here or in the later rounds? I'm genuinely curious with what you meant by that. Here's Leo Angel 0 for 1.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play.
I'll let you explain.
To have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Hits for average power, the ability to field the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. One down, base is empty.
Ooh, good hit. And well, that was a good stop there by the third baseman, but couldn't field it. I can't even talk. But could not field it cleanly, and as a result, Leo was able to make it to first. So yeah, I mean that was one of those ones where you really couldn't call that an error. That was just a well-placed hit. Though had he been able to field it cleanly or even catch it, yeah, that would have been an out.
And now the catcher comes up to him.
Well, up next is Joker, responsible for the 1 run on the board.
Runner on the move. Pitch misses in.
Although Leo tried to go for a stolen base, but he gets caught. Oh, man. Just a few more inches and he would have gotten it, but no, didn't get it. Well, now it's up to Joker.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. And it's 1-1.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some.
I mean, look at the size of this man. He's 7 feet tall. I mean, the man is a giant.
A sharp slider. Next offering is
Fouled away.
Two down, nobody on. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Fouled away. 2-2.
Good job to fight that one off.
And hit down the middle.
To the left center base hit.
That might be a double.
Turn for second. The throw in. He's in there.
And he does get it.
Wasting no time.
Great job there by Joker.
And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. So a runner at second, 2 down. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. In the dirt.
And then a wild pitch, but kept in front just enough to keep the runner at second. Next up is Francisco Lindor.
doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Next pitch is
too low.
Swings over the top of that one.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And it's second. Off the mark there. And a full count now. Pete Alonso waiting to hit for the Mets. The kick, the 3-2. Gets a piece there.
Ooh.
We'll do it again.
Nice foul away there. 3-2.
Second, 2 down. Here in the last half of the third.
If you're the Marlins, you just got to get it out. Keep it a one-run game.
Foul. We'll
Fouled away.
Another payoff pitch.
I mean, Alcantara is up to 66 pitches, and we haven't even gotten through 3 innings yet. Another. Uh-oh.
To third. Tag. Got him.
Well, they were able to tag out Joker, and they get out of a jam. And at the end of 3, it is still 1-0 Mets.
Back here at Citi Field, leading off Walter Johnson.
These fans have to feel good right about now. This series not going to be easy, but they have the lead at home in Game 1. That brings the anxiety down a few notches.
So up once again is Walter Johnson, 0 for 1 so far.
Another ball.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball
Now,
in play, you're going to have to
as of the
stay back
4th
and
inning,
drive it to the
Senga
opposite
is at 43 pitches.
Next pitch
So
is
he's
outside.
in great shape at this point
Right at you with a fastball.
to go deep in this game.
Because he does
More
not
so
like to run
than
over the ball.
Alcantara, that's for sure.
Fastball for a strike.
3-1.
That one misses.
Although that time, Wally gets on base with a walk. That's the second one allowed by Senga.
Pick a team up with the free pass.
Well, up next is Brandon Cuevas.
Digs in now. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Hang on.
Check on the runner. Johnson back in on a dive.
Are we still live? Let me make sure. Okay, we are. All right. I had to refresh just in case. Let me refresh my chat in case here. All right, cool. Wow, 20th pick. Ooh, nice hit by Cuevas. This might do it.
Turn at second. Headed for the plate.
And that's a double by Cuevas. And Cuevas comes up huge with a double to bring in Walter Johnson. Well, Brandon Cuevas coming up huge. I mean, of course, the man is a former Blue Toad Wrestling World Champion.
Here's the second baseman, Jonah Bride.
But now the Mariners have tied this game up 1-1, and the Mariners can still add more to it.
0-1.
You know, these Marlins do a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Yeah, that's
Fouled away.
You know, sometimes all it takes is...
Hopefully we'll get a word from Brandon after coming up with that big double to bring in a run.
And it's a strikeout.
Anyway, a strikeout onto Jonah Bride. The 6th strikeout for Senga.
It wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And at the plate for Miami, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
And that's ball 1. One out and a runner at second. Top half of inning number 4.
0 for 1 for Jesus. Although you might want to make it 1 for 2. And you can put it on the board. Yes.
He circles the bases, and they add a couple more. It's 3-1.
And the Marlins will add to it.
Just hit one out of the park.
as Sanchez not only brings in himself, but he also brings in Brandon Cuevas. Well, now that Brandon Cuevas is back in the dugout, how do you feel, brother? Although, if you're Joker and the rest of the Mets, you probably don't feel good right now.
Down the third baseman, Connor Norton. He was a strikeout victim his first
Right now, if you're the Mets, you have got to get out of this inning and get back on the attack.
10 inches, 180 pounds, and they went out and made a trade.
But right now, Miami is up 3-1.
Here in the inning. And that one upstairs. Sweeper connects with the outside part of the plate for a strike.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
And fastball misses outside for a ball. And the count is even, 2-2.
Ooh, good hit.
And there's a rocket into the outfield.
And the Mariners continue to start hitting the ball. I mean, right now, Senga is getting lit up.
Man, Singy, he hit that ball right on the sweet spot. According to StatCast, the exit velo 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, Boog. I mean, that right there is an absolute missile. And he just put a great swing on it, squared it up perfectly. Those are the ones that feel really good.
So, man aboard. And now the center fielder, Dane Myers.
And another hit, but hit right towards the right fielder. 2 down.
Next is the pitcher for the Marlins, Sandy Alcantara.
And Alcantara is, well, I guess mainly because his team is ahead, he gets to stay in and go for a hit.
On the ground to third, and foul ball.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Two outs. Hacks and misses.
Swing and a miss. That's the end of the half inning, but you could also thank, Sanchez, Jesus Sanchez. I would continue given his first name, but it would be very poor form of me to make a joke out of it.
Since debuting in 2019,
so I won't.
No player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso.
And Alonso hits it down the middle, but well played by the second baseman to get the out at first. 1 down. Look at that.
Secure his grip on the baseball and make a strong, accurate throw.
Great play there. Being in the right position, as well as anticipating it.
He hit into a fielder's choice his first time.
Brandon Nimmo up next, 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice.
I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's
good hit, but fouled away.
The Marlins leading by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ball popped up. And he makes the catch. And that quickly 2 away. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Kodai Senga.
Well, I'm surprised Senga is still in, but he'll get a chance to hit.
First pitch just misses.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind
See,
you in the
who's-
on-deck circle. And with 2
Just
outs,
make sure who's
one swing
around.
puts you right back in this ball game.
At 96,
Okay,
that
cool.
pitch is in for a strike.
Fouled away.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's
Ooh,
the
nice
goal.
hit
That's hard hit in the line. And
by
that's
Senga,
extra base
and
hit.
Senga's going to help his own cause.
Makes the turn and heads for second. And that's a double.
So Senga definitely makes up for it by getting a hit himself and gets a double for it.
Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on playing with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
Nice hit there by Senga.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the Mets leadoff
Now
man.
back up is
Blue.
Goku, who is 1-for-1 with a walk.
Little chopper rolls
Fouled away.
foul. Senga on at second with 2 down.
Fouled away again.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Too low.
In the dirt.
And, ooh, fouled away.
And that one hammered.
And
back there.
hit the opposite way.
That
And
gets over the fence, so
wait.
it's an automatic double. They
Oh.
pick up a run,
Oh, so that was a
and it's
ground rule double. All right, let's take a look at the replay.
Exploded off
But
his
I
bat.
would have thought it was
Warning
still
track
in the yard, but let's see.
bounced over the fence. It sounded
Oh,
really
okay, I get it. If it bounces over the yellow line,
just
like
missed
if
a
it
home run.
if after it if after it hits the ground
First off,
and it bounces over the yellow line in the fence, then it's considered a double. So, all right. Well, in that case, that's going to cut the lead down to 3-2. So the Mets get to within 1.
just missed.
So Goku gets himself a double and an RBI.
In the air, right
And
there.
McNeil
Smash, way back, and gone. And they took
start
the lead.
spreading the news.
That one just sounded different.
I'm leaving today.
My ears are ringing. I can feel that.
Work. As the Mets have taken the lead back 4-3.
We take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that was an impressive home run, Boog. He squared it up and knew it was gone.
So 2 down, and now it's Juan Soto. Puts it in the air.
Juan
out
Soto
towards left center.
hits it high, but not far enough. But
That's the inning.
the Mets do regain the lead.
3 in the inning.
And you could also thank Jeff
On this
McNeil for that.
two-run home run. It's now a 4-3 ball game.
I mean, he hit it over the bullpen into that section of bleachers.
Game 1 of this wild card series. And
Next
here
up is Xavier Edwards, top of the lineup.
Senga.
But he's going to have to start getting on base.
Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center
And
field.
that's one way to do it.
Board on the leadoff single.
Hitting is really
Well,
easy for some guys. One
we've had a
thing I
couple
can
of,
see already
I mean,
is
really, we had this
stays
one
in the
game,
zone on plane for an extended period of
you know,
time.
between Anaheim and
They have a
Houston,
contact
where
rate
it was a
of
defensive struggle,
barrels because
or
of
it was a
that
pitching
on plane.
masterclass,
Even when
and
you don't
then
get it great, it's still hit hard
and then we had some runs, but really it was a close game. Here, it's, the offense is hitting. So now it's just going to come down to, which pitching staff and which defense is going to come up big. Long enough. And a stolen base by Edwards.
And the tying run is now in scoring position.
Having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Next pitch is outside.
1-2 is the count. Swing and a miss. One down.
Strikeout of the game. Walter Johnson, the next up for the Marlins. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
Well, back up is Walter Johnson, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, but he scored a run. So at least in terms of getting on base, it helped. Nice fork ball, though. Reed Foley and Minter in the bullpen getting ready.
That one's upstairs, ball one.
Cleveland Indians. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 10-cent beverage night. I heard about it, and it was like, I mean, of course people were going to get plastered. Like, never again will, adult beverages get sold for 10 cents. I'm like, really, what can you buy for 10 cents outside of maybe a collect call? Anyway, great to see Mr. Space Ghost. Once again, we have Brandon Cuevas at the plate. He's got a double with an RBI and a run himself.
Runner at second, 2 down. And we're at the top of the 5th.
Drinking age was 18 at the time. I mean, but even still, just the fact that you can get that for 10 cents, even in 1974, that's insane.
Fought off foul.
It was one of those, what did you think was going to happen? It was one of those things where, yeah, it resulted in high attendance, but that's just because people wanted to get some, some very affordable beverages.
That one misses, and it's 3-2.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Wow. A lot has changed since then. You can't even get that for $1 anymore.
And 2 outs. I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
I mean, you probably could get more in say, 1924. Of course, that was a long time before that, but still. Jonah Bride. Fouled away. Right now now you have a runner at first and second with 2 outs. And the Marlins would love to get at least one to tie this game up again.
2 on, 2 outs.
Swing and a miss.
And that K brings him into double digits for the game.
Well, I mean, obviously that didn't help.
Sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And for Senga, he got himself out of a jam.
Bottom of the inning.
Next up is Leo Angel.
Number 30.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Flips the corner, and it's 0-1. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Andrew Nardi, the lefty, looks to be.
So we have some action in the bullpen for the Marlins as they get ready. in relief of Alcantara.
Just missed.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable.
Yeah, she must have been plastered.
That location will definitely do it.
Ooh, good hit,
Hard, but it's a
but foul.
ball.
Well, Space Ghost, if you're interested, I can get you a spot for next season, my friend. If Space Ghost wants to play baseball, though. Fouled away again.
The 1-2 misses to even the count.
Anyway, a circle change, and that's 2-2 is the count.
He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And so far, Alcantara having trouble getting it in the strike zone.
That one misses. So
And just outside, though.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Sandy Alcantara won't go any further.
Oh, wow.
Problem for him today as he leaves on the hook for the loss. Back after a quick break with a new pitcher.
I mean, of course, Billy Martin being the man that he was, I mean, that also didn't help.
Has some work ahead of him.
You know, given how short-tempered he was.
If he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap.
I mean, yeah, he was successful, but
Here's the catcher for the Mets.
you know, after a while, it just grates on you, man.
In today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average.
Well, anyway, we saw Leo Angel. Well, here's his brother, Brooklyn Joker. Yes, Leo Angel and Brooklyn Joker are brothers.
If this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable.
I mean, you can tell by the fact they both have red hair.
He's a threat deep into the count as well.
I mean, that's a waste of hot dogs, though. I'm sorry.
Runner on the go. Worm burner.
A hit and run.
Runner stops at second.
And that's going to be a base hit single with runners at first and second. So good hit there by Joker.
And he hit the ball on the screws.
First and second, no outs. Here's Francisco Lindor. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball one.
Well, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples.
But only 2. Yeah.
That stat line is so rare. Only one
like $2 adult beverages, but only 2. Well, hey, if you can limit it, then do it. Otherwise, don't run a promotion like that. Just don't. Me personally, I don't drink, so I really wouldn't care for it too much. But yeah.
Second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Fouls that off to the
Fouled
left,
away.
and we'll do it again.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Ooh, good hit there.
We'll see another. No outs, runners
But
at first
foul.
and second.
I mean, if you're the Marlins, you can ill afford to give up another run.
1-2 count.
Oh yeah, that like now that's a good promotion to have. Like having $1 hot dogs. Now, sure, I understand not doing it for like say the Dodger dog. I mean that's a staple, so you wouldn't do that. But
guys aren't touched it.
But I probably wouldn't eat so many hot dogs at once that I get sick. You know. Oh, got hit in the butt. Did Lindor literally?
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Golden opportunity right here.
Alonso with a nice hit, but it was hit right towards the third baseman and got it clean. One down.
You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I also understand why they don't always do that.
And a slider in the outside corner.
Yeah, that was a bullet to third base. You know, that was incredible. I'll tell you one thing. If the Marlins can get out of this, this will only help them with their self-confidence. Because right now they're in trouble.
In the air, left field.
And that's going to be caught.
Runner tags for third.
But that's going to result in a tag up.
They lead by 2.
And that's going to extend the lead for the Mets 5-3.
Now, Kodai Senga.
Well, here's the pitcher, and he already has a double. A sac fly.
Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Two aboard, 2 outs.
Anyway,
Gotta go for the strikeout here.
1 year Progressive gave out umbrellas, even though you still call it Jacobs Field.
That's off the mark, and that's ball 2.
And having wow, really? Well,
And that just misses. Blue. Up next.
well. Anyway, if there's a spot open, if a spot opens up for you, Space Ghost, I can put you on the roster for the next season.
Up the middle.
Up the middle by Senga, and they get the out, and that's going to prevent any further damage. But for Miami,
But they do push across 1. We're through 5. It's the Mets 5 and the Marlins
at the end of 5, it's 5-3, New York. Okay, so you went to Jacobs Field. You know, so in other words, you grew up a Cleveland Indians fan, and then obviously up until recently they were the Indians, and then they became the Guardians. I'm still getting used to it, by the way.
in there at the knees. That's
But still. Oh, of course.
And a foul ball.
I mean, in fact, Goku Blue was an example of somebody who was on just, like, had it not been for this person getting himself in trouble and then ultimately having me decide to let him go, Goku Blue would not have made it, but he did. But again, I don't want to say too much about it. Yeah, that would have been awesome too. Well, anyway, Senga gets pulled out, and we have Sean Reed Foley, obviously no relation to Mick Foley. Have a nice day. Yeah, the Cleveland Rockers would have been good, aside from the fact that was already used up by a team, but I wouldn't have seen any reason not to use it, given that that team does not exist anymore. Although I think the Guardian surname had something to do with one of its monuments, so I think that might have had something to do with it. I could be wrong on that. And is that because he's Mick Foley's son? Although that time he actually got a strikeout, so there you go.
Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
If there's anybody you couldn't trust, it's Norby, because he can't trust himself to get a hit.
And there's a strike.
Well, now Dane Myers is 0 for 1, but with a walk, so we'll see if he can get on base with a hit. Swing and a miss.
That one out in front that time.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And ball 1.
Ooh, that was close.
Understanding the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Marlins set down in order. Nothing across here this half. Top of the order due up in the home half of the sixth. It's the Mets 5 and the Marlins 3.
Not that, as far as I know, with Sean Reed Foley, he's never that guy to have that command with his pitches. He just falls flat on his face. Well, sadly, or not, depending on how you look at it, he didn't fall on his face here.
Just by pure sprint speed in the majors.
But once again, we have our good friend Goku Blue, 2 for 2.
And that drops in for a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Swing and a miss.
He swings through it.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
And slashed, but caught. That's the first time he got retired. 1 down. Oh, in real life he did. Oh.
Jeff McNeil.
Well,
for the Mets. He's already homered.
Well, certainly he didn't in video game form, but that's unfortunate that he actually did.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Miami's bullpen with some action. Declan Cronin, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Fauché getting loose as well. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the sixth. And now
too high.
Is even.
Ooh, good hit, but hit right towards the right fielder. 2 down.
2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Juan Soto. 0 for 3 in this one. Outside low, ball 1.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That one inside and 2. It's 2-1.
Oh yeah, the Shockmaster. He fell on his ass. And popped up. Oh, man. Well, that was a quick one. At the end of 6, it is 5-3 New York.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Danny Young.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game.
And now we have Danny Young.
So we'll see what
wait, is that Kyle's younger brother?
Eric Wagaman.
He's got a little pop in his back.
Ric Flair's going, oh, God.
Clips the outside corner. 1-1.
So with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager.
I mean, I would have used another joke, but I would have thought, no, it would have just been too lowbrow, even for me. Not that I was ever lowbrow to begin with. Yeah, way too outside of the strike zone. Right now, the Mets have them right where they want them, but one thing you don't want to do if you're the Mets is, you know, walking your competition.
Next offering is downstairs. Yeah, that's outside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And there's the strike.
Ooh, got him on the outside part. I would have thought that would have been a ball, but no.
Got him.
Oh, a check swing strikeout.
A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change.
25 o'clock by the Dukes of Stratosphere.
So critical in setting the table.
Has an early Pink Floyd vibe, Pink Floyd vibe to it. You know, but when it comes to Pink Floyd, like there were two distinct eras that I was a fan of theirs of. One was, their Sid Barrett. It would be the first 2 albums that featured Sid Barrett. I might have to listen to it again, and that's going to be that's a bunt. That's a bunt single. That's insane. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Well, let me look back at it. But I've been so busy with work, so it's not like let me get it. It was on May 31st. Okay.
Looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Next offering is in for a strike. With the tying run at the plate here in the late stages of game 1. Throw to first.
No, he's in there.
Tying run at the plate. That misses the zone, but it's 2-1.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the.
So I just heard a sample of it, and it's actually really good.
Johnson.
It kind of reminds me of Rafael Sadiq. He was part of Tony in the 90s, but he released a series of albums in, we're talking late 2000s, early 2010s. But his album made it, how do I put this? His 2 albums, when you listen to the songs, you'd be forgiven for thinking these were from, the 60s to early 70s.
The Mets with a new arm on the mound.
Like R&B,
These are the spots relievers
like Motown,
late and close.
Things like that.
For error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
2 on, 1 out.
So in other words, it would be like listening to Motown.
And things could change quickly here with one swing.
I'll have to send you some music myself, but as far as 25 o'clock, yeah, that's pretty cool that, something from the mid-'80s got made that featured something that sounded out of the late 60s. So that's pretty cool. Like psychedelic 60s, cool, man. I like it. So, but while I was listening to it, we have runners at first and second with 1 down. And for the Marlins, they need this if they have any chance of beating the Mets right now.
There's your strike.
Gets a strike in.
With the go-ahead run at the plate.
And as that happens, Josh White comes in. Fouled away. Ooh, good hit, but fouled away. But let's see if Wally can get in. Oh, got him looking. Down he goes.
With that called third strike.
Just locked him up right there for the second out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot.
Yeah, exactly, the Sid Barrett days. So, yeah, I was a big fan of Piper at the Gates of Dawn and A Saucer Full of Secrets.
This game is going to turn on one swing.
Although I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy Have a Cigar, because I like that song. But it's not. But it's more than just that. It's, you know, how I wish you were here. Oh yeah, nothing's too good for my baby. Nothing's too good for my girl. I'm surprised I even know that song. Anyway, here's Brandon Cuevas, who is 1 for 2. He already has 1 RBI, so let's see if he can get another one.
Here's a 2-1.
Fouled away.
A foul out of play. Edwards, the lead runner at second. Kona.
And then I also like the wall and. Well, they're going to have to throw him out, and they do. Wow. I mean, the Marlins had a great opportunity to, you know, cut into the lead, possibly tie it, maybe even go ahead, but they couldn't get the job done. Though you could also give the Mets a lot of credit for getting out of that situation. Calvin Fauché coming in.
He's got a great curveball. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
And that one
I suppose you could. Stone Free.
6'1".
I mean, that's a good song. I do like it. Oh, and hit right down the middle. And the Mets get a runner at first. Nice hit there by Leo. Hey, Angelo, what's up?
Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked.
By the well, anyway, I should mention something for Angelo, but it's great to see you.
Here's the catcher, 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. First pitch.
Are You Experienced album? Yeah, that's a great album. Some of my favorite songs were like Hey Joe, Voodoo Child, All Along the Watchtower, Purple Haze. Those are some of my favorite Jimi Hendrix songs. I'm doing pretty well, although I will say this, that your buddy Goku Blue is in this game, although they get both brothers out for a double play, 4-6-3 double play.
That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Axis Bold as Love. That's also a good one too.
Now up to hit, Francisco
Yeah, Voodoo Child. That was like Hollywood Hulk Hogan's theme in 2002 or 2002. I mean, really, it was Hulk Hogan that, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, I would not have found Voodoo Child. Seriously, I would not have. Also, Golden Angelo, if you're interested in baseball, let me know and I'll put you on the list. Or wait, I forgot, you are on the list. In fact, you got selected by the New York Yankees.
2 down, nobody on. You're at the bottom of the 7th.
Or actually, okay. I probably should give a little bit more context for Mr. Angelo, if I may, if you want to know Angelo.
In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
Of course, the Yankees already have a first-round bye, so they just get to chill.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
But it would be something to see New York against New York. Okay. Well, you pretty much remember the guy that it was in. So you may remember the guy that was infamous for the camera ready jokes. You know him. And originally, he was the one that was selected to go to the Yankees, but then, well, we all know what happened, and I had to let him go. So I had to bring in someone new, and I was like, you know what? Let's get Angelo in there. So I'm happy to have you on the show, man.
And there's the strike.
So while it was nice to have you, really, it was great to put you on the show. It was just the circumstances that were sad, but, well, not everything is not everything is sunshine and rainbows, though. Yeah, it was him. Anyway, Miami does get out of the inning, and at the end of 7, it is still 5-3, New York. Yeah, and that also happened in most of the other series, where I had to replace him with somebody else, which, is sad, but, it is what it is. But on the other hand, I'm so happy to have you on. And I hope you like I hope you'll like your look when we get to see him in the pinstripes. I'm not sure who your favorite MLB team is or who your favorite teams are in other sports, but I'm curious to know.
Fastball in for a strike, 0-1.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on your game. If you know the reference, you know.
That one missed.
I do like that picture, like your channel icon of Mario flying in space. But that kind of just sums up what your channel is. And that is... I guess I could just type it in the chat.
Just missed.
Yeah, a Super Mario 64 reference.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, Angelo is fly, boy.
Jesus Sanchez. He's already homered here in this one.
Seriously, Angelo is so fly. But I guess you could also say the same thing about Space Ghost.
That one missing inside.
Coast to coast.
He never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Well, up next is Jesus Sanchez. He's already hit a home run. Well, now you could add another hit to that. But no, Angelo is definitely fly in a cool way. Because he is cool like that. Anyway, nice hit there by Jesus Sanchez. And while nobody would ever mistake him for the real Jesus, he is a pretty good baseball player, though. And by him, I mean Sanchez.
Ball one, no strikes.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
Right now, the Marlins in position to cut the lead with Nunez at the plate, or at the mound, I should say. Swing and a miss.
As he was out front that time.
Ooh.
In the dirt.
And in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Runners hold tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss.
And Norby just cannot get anything on that ball.
That's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal
I
with
give
that
Nunez
stuff.
credit for getting out Norby.
Check swing, and he went.
Check swing.
And that is strike 1.
Strike 1. But yeah, Angelo is... another thing about Angelo that he is that he's gold. He's gold. I wanted to do that just because I know that Rob does it, and I was like, hey, I'll try it. A bit inside of the strike zone, 2-1.
He's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2 on, 1 out.
And another base hit.
Around third.
And they're going to bring in somebody. And they got him. Oh, that was so close. For a moment, I thought it was going to be safe. But no. You took a gamble, and unfortunately, oh, that was so close. Oh, man. I mean, they really needed that run, and they just did not get it. But you also have to give credit to the Mets for actually making the play and getting a second out.
That one outside. Ball 1.
Uh-oh.
With the go-ahead run at the
make
plate,
sure.
And we're in the top of the 8th.
Okay, cool. All right.
No bets off the plate. Ball 2.
Ball 2. However, you do have a runner at third as well as at first.
There's the strike.
Strike.
2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
And that misses.
Now it's 3-1.
Xavier Edwards in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Hill on third. Myers at first. 2 out of the inning.
Swing and a miss. Now we have a full count. Another swing and a miss. And the Marlins cannot get a break.
Still down 5-3. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Declan Cronin.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And now it's Jose Siri. Came into the game on defense, so his first trip to the plate here.
Ooh, good hit there by Suri. Well, for the Mets, this is their last chance to add any insurance before going into the top of I can't even talk. The top of the 9th.
There's a strike.
Another strike. Fouled away.
And it goes just foul. That's off the mark. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ball in.
Well, the Mets have the edge at this point.
Sharp
nice hit.
Through for a base hit.
Good hit there by Siri.
So up next, Blue. Not your prototypical leadoff.
Oh, and by the way, here's your boy, Goku Blue.
That one close. Ruled the ball.
Now, Goku is 2 for 3. He's got a double, a single, a run batted in, and has scored 2 runs himself. So Goku has definitely produced, whether with the bat and with his legs, and that's another hit, or so I thought.
And there's 1 down.
Just a little less power, and that would have dropped, but nonetheless, though, nice catch there by Myers. But yeah, that was Goku Blue who was at the plate, by the way. I don't know if you saw that, Angelo.
And there's a ball. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. David Robertson getting loose out there.
David Robertson in the pen.
He swings.
Ooh, good hit, but fouled.
Comes up empty as he chases
Ooh, swing and a miss. That was a really when you have a sinker like that. Oh.
Checks over to first, back safely.
Just making sure the runner doesn't advance any further.
Here's a high fly
and popped up.
Corrals it.
And that's another out. 2 down.
So, man aboard. Juan Soto up now for the Mets.
And the guy that's being paid the Juan Soto.
Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that.
I mean, this is a guy that's being paid $760 million. And yet he has no hits to show for it.
This lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
But it's not like he's never produced before, because he did. Otherwise, he never would have gotten, $760 million.
This one ripped, but foul to the right.
But, but with great money comes great expectations, so there's that.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, he's getting it on the ball, but he's just not getting it fair.
That's down and in.
You never watched baseball in real life, but this is the next best thing and twice as entertaining. I'd like to hope that it's because, it's a little bit more streamlined, or just the fact that commentary gets to talk to you. Something you never could do with an actual television broadcast. Although, wait a minute! Oh, that was an error! Oh my gosh, the error caused Wally Walter Johnson, to get off the plate to make sure that the ball didn't get past him. And while Johnson did the right thing by making certain that the ball didn't get past him, it caused him to get off the plate, and that's going to result in an error. Yep, absolutely. Understandable there, Mr. Cornwell. Here's Leo Angel, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run. Well, now the Mets have a chance to add to the lead.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
In the dirt, now 1-2.
And hit the other way. Is it going to drop? It does.
The run comes in from second,
and that's going to result in a run batted in.
3-run lead.
And Leo has 3 singles and now an RBI.
As a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way.
Well,
no problem.
That's going to give the Mets a little bit more breathing room. And we have another dugout call out. And this has to suck for Miami, because they're going through their relievers, and that's only going to hurt them moving forward should they be successful to eventually, win this series out.
This could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
Well, here's Robertson.
Here's the catcher for the Mets. That's through there for a strike.
Well, anyway, here's Brooklyn Joker, who's 3 for 4. He's got a double, 2 singles, and an RBI. So, I mean, the man stands at 7 feet tall. I mean, he's a literal giant. I mean, look at him.
Next offering is down low.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swung on.
Although that time he popped it up. Didn't get all of it.
Nabs it.
But
And the inning is
that's
over.
going to end off the inning. But Leo does come through with an RBI single.
Last chance coming up here for the Marlins.
All right, so we are at the end of the 8th. Anyway, there you see Goku with his awesome hair. But up next is Diaz. And now it looks like Diaz is going to close out this game out. He's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. But here's this man, Edwin Diaz.
And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the 9th. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Xavier Edwards.
So here you have Diaz, the main man when it comes to closing a game as a pitcher.
Just misses. Diaz, multi-time All-Star.
So the Marlins will have their work cut out for him.
And he works in a two-seamer.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He did.
Ooh, good hit. And that's a base hit single.
The leadoff man aboard. Singy, that's a start.
Yeah, as soon as that ball got through, I could see down in the dugout, players pumping their fists. They know that they got a chance in this ball game.
So digging in, Griffin Conine.
Anyway, so for the Marlins to keep this game going, they got to score 3 runs to tie, 4 or more runs to take the lead. Anything short of that, and the Marlins will lose, and the Mets will win. Another hit, but foul. Ooh, good hit, but he's got to straighten it out, though.
Fish trailing by 3 here in the late stages of game 1.
Although if you can get up the pitch count of Diaz, you might still have a chance, but not if you keep missing like that.
For the 3rd straight at bat.
Strikeout for Diaz, 1 down.
He's 2 outs away.
Here you have Walter Johnson, who is 0 for 3 with a walk, but has no hits to show for it. But if you can get a hit here, all will be forgiven.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
A strike at the top of the zone.
Relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment.
Too high.
I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. It's so hard to play catch-up.
Ooh, and a wild pitch, and that's going to result. Wait, what happened there?
The Mets leading by 3 here in game 1.
Oh, okay, so that was a foul tip. All right.
That's off the inside.
Okay, that's inside. 2-2.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Fouled away.
Fouled off. They'll do it again.
Fouled away again.
He stays alive.
Johnson just trying to find something to hit.
And they'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
8 pitches in this at-bat.
That
Too
one
low.
misses, and that's ball 3.
That was close, but it was a little too low. Full count.
High fly
And
ball near the pole.
that's going to be, I believe. No. Oh, just a little more to the left, and that would have been out. But no.
Foul ball.
He hits it the other way, but it's still foul.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little
And
bit.
swing and a miss, and finally,
Even though there hasn't
the
been
Hulk
a ball in
gets
play,
taken out.
interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the
So
leadoff
2
single.
down, and it all comes down to Brendan Cuevas.
Been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance. Of
Oh,
scoring.
man, just a little bit more left.
He just needs one
A little more to the left, although that time hit to the second baseman, and they get the out at first. And the Mets will take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series.
Here in this wild card series, they take game 1 in front of their home fans.
Yeah, and you could argue
Great job there by the Mets. I mean, at one point, Miami had the lead. At one point, Miami had the lead, and
on the other side of things, it'll be an elimination.
But you have to give credit to the Mets for.
So that will be quite a test to keep their season alive.
You have to give credit to the Mets for not only responding, but also,
6-3 our final score for Chris,
staying composed.
Here at MLB The Show. Thanks for stopping by.
So Senga gets the win,
Talk to you soon.
Alcantara gets the loss, and Edwin Diaz gets the save. And the final score, 6-3, New York. Glad your team isn't playing, because otherwise you'd be irritated how they're doing thus far. I wonder who that would be. Anyway, here's Sanchez, who hit a 2-run home run. But then, of course, McNeil hits a home run of his own, which put him ahead. But, of course, with some wonderful pitching, and right there, had Bride been called safe, who knows what would have happened. But, of course, the Mets do hold on to win, and they made just enough plays to win. So, yeah, Jeff McNeil is the player of the game. And Senga gets the... Oh, I already said that. But, yeah, notable things is that Goku was 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And then Joker was 3 for 5 with a double. And Brandon also had a double and an RBI as well. So, pretty productive game, but in the end, the Mets do win. Hey, what's up, Joker? By the way, you just came in. You came in just in time to see your team win game 1. So, with that, oh, there we go. So here's the entire bracket. So we will be back for another time to have our game 2s, and we'll find out how many series will be closed out and how many will get a game 3. And then we just go from there. But, yeah, until then, this is your boy Taju22 signing off, and let me just check to see if there's anybody streaming right now. I highly doubt it, given how late it is. Although, wait a minute. I think I see somebody. Hang on. Where is he? Oh, right here. Oh, he is? Okay. There he is. Okay. I found a Ray target. And this time it's not Rob Gamer. It's his brother, Star Gamer. So we're going to raid him. And, of course, the hashtag is going to be TJ Raid. So if you want to raid, you can. But aside from that, I am your host, Taju22. And until then, I will see you. Well, for some of you, it's later today. But for me, I will see you later today, I guess. Until then, peace.